Priya, have you ever wondered why two people raised in completely different families can have such different personalities, habits, and ways of thinking? Imagine two kids. One grows up in a supportive, loving family, while the other faces constant criticism and neglect. As they grow up, one becomes confident and successful, while the other struggles with self-doubt. But why? What makes family such a powerful force in shaping who we are? Today, we're uncovering the hidden ways your family influences your personal development, sometimes in ways you never even realize.
That's a deep question, Ryan. And it's true. Our family plays a much bigger role in our personal development than we often acknowledge. Today, we'll explore this in depth. How family shapes our personality, emotional intelligence, decision-making, success, and even the way we speak and think. By the end of this episode, you'll understand exactly how your family environment has influenced you, and how you can use that knowledge to grow.
Before we dive in, I want to thank everyone who's tuning in today to the Speak Up podcast. Whether you're watching us for the first time or are a loyal listener, we appreciate your support. If you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Here at Speak Up, we aim to help you improve your English while exploring topics that matter to your personal growth. So, let's get started. Let's start from the very beginning, childhood. The way we interact with our parents and siblings shapes our core personality in ways we don't even realize. Imagine two kids. One grows up in a home full of love, support, and encouragement, while the other is constantly criticized and compared to others. The first child is likely to develop confidence, a strong sense of self-worth, and the ability to express themselves. But the second child may struggle with self-doubt, fear of failure, and hesitation in decision-making. Our family environment teaches us how to view the world, whether as a place full of opportunities or a place where every step feels like a risk.
Exactly. Psychologists say that a child's brain is like a sponge. It absorbs everything from its surroundings, especially in the early years. If a child is encouraged to explore, ask questions, and make mistakes without fear, they grow into an independent thinker. They develop creativity, problem-solving skills, and the confidence to take on challenges. But if a child is constantly controlled, criticized, or told to follow orders without questioning, they may struggle with independence. They grow up fearing mistakes and relying on others to make decisions for them. That's why a nurturing childhood is essential for shaping a strong and confident personality.
Absolutely, Priya. And let's not forget the role of parental behavior. Children don't just listen to what parents say, they imitate what they do. If parents handle stress calmly, their kids learn resilience. If parents show kindness, kids learn empathy. But if a child grows up in a home full of arguments, neglect, or emotional distance, they might develop anxiety or difficulty expressing emotions. It's not just about what parents teach. It's about what children observe every single day. That's why the family environment in early childhood lays the foundation for a person's entire emotional and psychological development.
That's so true, Ryan. And this impact isn't just short-term. It lasts for a lifetime. Many adults don't even realize that their confidence, fears, communication skills, and even the way they handle relationships all trace back to their childhood experiences. If a child is taught that their opinions matter, they grow into an adult who speaks up. If they're taught that mistakes are learning opportunities, they become resilient problem solvers. But if they grow up in an environment where they feel unheard or invalidated, they may struggle with expressing themselves. That's why childhood experiences are not just memories. They shape who we become.
Have you ever noticed how some people stay calm under pressure while others break down easily? That's not just personality, it's emotional intelligence, and it starts at home. When a child grows up in a family where emotions are openly discussed and respected, they learn to manage their feelings in a healthy way. They understand how to express anger, sadness, or frustration without losing control. But when emotions are ignored or dismissed, the child might grow up feeling confused about their own feelings. They may struggle with self-expression, bottle up emotions, or react impulsively in stressful situations. Family is where we first learn how to handle life's ups and downs.
That's so true, Ryan. Emotional intelligence isn't just about managing our own feelings. It's also about understanding others. If a child sees their parents showing empathy and patience, they naturally develop those qualities. They learn to listen, support others, and build healthy relationships. But if emotions are treated as a weakness or are constantly shut down, the child might struggle to connect with people. They might avoid tough conversations or overreact when faced with criticism. That's why family plays a huge role in shaping how we deal with relationships, conflicts, and setbacks. The way we handle emotions as adults is often a reflection of what we learned at home.
Exactly, Priya. And let's not forget mental strength. Families that encourage resilience teach children how to bounce back from failures instead of giving up. If a child grows up in a home where they're taught it's okay to fail, but learn from it, they develop a growth mindset. They see challenges as opportunities. But if a child is always criticized for their mistakes or pressured to be perfect, they may fear failure and avoid risks. This fear can hold them back in school, work, and even relationships. Emotional intelligence and mental strength are like muscles. The stronger they are, the better we handle life's challenges.
That's such a great point, Ryan. And this is why self-awareness is so important. Many people don't realize that their struggles with stress, relationships, or decision-making are rooted in childhood. But the good news is, emotional intelligence can be developed at any age. By becoming aware of how our family shaped our emotions, we can unlearn negative patterns and build better habits. We can practice self-reflection, work on our responses, and become more emotionally strong. Because at the end of the day, emotional intelligence isn't just about managing emotions. It's about using them to grow and succeed in life.
Now let's talk about something that shapes our entire future: education and career choices. Have you ever noticed how children from academically strong families often do well in school? That's because family sets the foundation for learning. If a child grows up in a home where education is valued, where parents encourage curiosity, reading, and critical thinking, that child is more likely to develop a love for learning. But if a child grows up in an environment where education is ignored or seen as a burden, they might struggle with motivation. Family doesn't just influence what we study, it shapes how we think about success, effort, and ambition.
That's so true, Ryan. And career choices are no different. Have you ever wondered why so many doctors' children become doctors or why business families often raise entrepreneurs? It's because children absorb what they see. If parents discuss business strategies at the dinner table, their kids naturally develop an interest in entrepreneurship. If parents talk about science and innovation, their children may be drawn to research or engineering. But if a child grows up in a home where career goals are never discussed, they might struggle to find direction. Family shapes not just our education, but the way we approach our future.
Absolutely, Priya. And it's not just about influence, it's also about support. Some families push their children toward certain careers, while others give them the freedom to choose. If a child is supported in exploring their interests, they develop confidence in their abilities. But if they're forced into a career they don't enjoy, they may struggle with motivation and burnout later in life. That's why family plays a crucial role, not just in what we study, but in how we feel about our choices. A child who feels supported is more likely to take risks and follow their passions.
Exactly. And let's not forget discipline and study habits. A family that creates a structured environment where there's a balance between study time, playtime, and responsibilities helps a child develop self-discipline. But if there's no routine at home, a child might struggle with focus and time management. That's why successful students often come from homes where parents set clear expectations. Education isn't just about school, it's about mindset, habits, and the environment we grow up in. And family is at the center of all of it.
Now, let's talk about something that affects every part of our life: decision-making and problem-solving. Have you ever met someone who struggles to make even simple choices, while others seem confident in every decision they make? That's often because of how they were raised. If a child grows up in a family where they are encouraged to make small decisions, like choosing what to wear, what hobbies to pursue, or how to solve everyday problems, They naturally develop confidence in their judgment. But if every decision is made for them, they might grow up doubting themselves, constantly looking to others for approval before taking action.
That's so true, Ryan. Decision-making is a skill that is built in childhood. When parents allow children to solve their own problems, like figuring out a puzzle, resolving conflicts with siblings, or managing their time, it strengthens their problem-solving abilities. But if a child is always told what to do, or worse, criticized for making mistakes, they may develop a fear of failure. This fear can make them hesitant, afraid to take risks, and overly dependent on others. A supportive family environment doesn't just provide answers. It teaches children how to think critically and make choices independently.
Exactly, Priya. And let's talk about handling challenges and setbacks. Some families encourage children to find solutions, while others teach them to avoid difficulties altogether. If a child is taught to see problems as opportunities to learn, they develop a growth mindset. They don't give up easily and find ways to adapt. But if they grow up in an environment where every problem is either avoided or solved for them, they may struggle to handle challenges in adulthood. Whether it's in school, work, or relationships, the ability to make quick, smart decisions is one of the most valuable life skills, and it starts at home.
Absolutely. And this isn't just about big life decisions. It affects everyday choices too. The way we handle stress, manage our time, and even how we interact with people all come from the habits we learned in childhood. A child who is taught to think for themselves and take responsibility for their actions grows into an independent, confident adult. But a child who is never given the chance to decide anything might struggle with insecurity and hesitation. That's why developing decision-making and problem-solving skills from an early age is crucial. It gives us the confidence to navigate life with clarity and purpose.
Now, let's talk about something that affects every part of our personal and professional life: social skills and relationships. Have you ever met someone who can easily start conversations, make friends, and handle conflicts smoothly? And then, there are others who struggle with communication, feel awkward in social situations, or avoid interactions altogether. The difference often comes from their family environment. If a child grows up in a home where communication is open, where parents listen to their thoughts and encourage discussions, they naturally develop strong social skills. But if a child is constantly ignored, interrupted, or discouraged from expressing themselves, they might struggle with confidence in conversations.
That's so true, Ryan. Social skills are not just about talking. They're about understanding emotions, respecting boundaries, and building healthy relationships. If a child sees their parents handling conflicts with patience, respect, and empathy, they learn to do the same. But if they grow up in a home full of arguments, criticism, or emotional neglect, they may either avoid confrontations or react aggressively in stressful situations. The way we interact with our family as children becomes the foundation for how we interact with friends, colleagues, and even life partners in the future.
Absolutely, Priya. And let's not forget the role of confidence in communication. Children who are encouraged to speak up, share their opinions, and participate in discussions develop effective communication skills. They learn how to express their thoughts clearly and handle disagreements in a mature way. But if they grow up being constantly told to stay quiet or that their opinions don't matter, they might struggle with public speaking, self-expression, and even networking in their professional life. Family plays a major role in shaping how we connect with others, whether we become outgoing and confident or reserved and unsure.
Exactly. And this also applies to emotional connections. People who grow up in loving, supportive families usually find it easier to build and maintain healthy relationships. They understand trust, respect, and emotional support. But those who experience toxic family dynamics may struggle with trust issues, emotional insecurity, or fear of commitment. This is why understanding how our family shapes our social skills is so important. Because once we recognize it, we can work on improving how we communicate, connect, and build relationships in every area of life.
Now let's talk about something that defines who we are: moral values and ethics. Have you ever wondered why some people always stand by their principles, while others change their values based on the situation? The foundation of a person's morals is built at home. If a child grows up in a family that teaches honesty, kindness, and respect, they naturally develop a strong sense of ethics. But if they see dishonesty, manipulation, or a lack of integrity in their home, they may struggle to understand right from wrong. The values we learn from our family shape the way we behave in society, at work, and even in personal relationships.
That's absolutely right, Ryan. And moral values are not just about right and wrong. They also guide our decision-making and interactions. If a child grows up in an environment where empathy and fairness are emphasized, they develop a strong sense of justice. They learn to respect different perspectives and treat people with kindness. But if they grow up in a home where selfishness, discrimination, or disrespect are normalized, they may carry those negative behaviors into adulthood. A person's ethical foundation starts at home, and it impacts every choice they make in life.
Exactly, Priya. And let's talk about responsibility and discipline. Families that encourage accountability help children understand the consequences of their actions. For example, if a child is taught to take responsibility for their mistakes instead of making excuses, they develop integrity and self-discipline. But if they are constantly shielded from consequences or allowed to blame others, they may grow up avoiding responsibility. This can affect their personal and professional life because success is built on discipline, honesty, and accountability. The values we learn in childhood determine the kind of adults we become.
Absolutely. And this is why families should not just tell children what is right and wrong. They should show it through their actions. A child learns honesty when they see their parents being truthful. They learn respect when they are treated with respect. And they learn compassion when kindness is practiced at home. Many people don't realize that their habits, attitudes, and even work ethics are deeply influenced by their upbringing. But the good news is, even if someone didn't grow up with strong moral guidance, they can still develop these values through self-awareness and conscious effort. Because at the end of the day, our values define our character, and character defines our success in life.
Now, let's talk about something crucial in life: family support in times of crisis. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to bounce back quickly after facing a major setback, while others take much longer to recover? A lot of this has to do with the support they receive from their family during tough times. When a child grows up in a family that teaches them how to cope with loss, failure, or personal struggles, they develop strong resilience. But if a child is left to deal with their problems alone, or is told to just get over it, they may struggle to cope with life's challenges in adulthood.
That's so true, Ryan. Family support isn't just about providing financial help. It's about emotional strength. In times of crisis, knowing that your family has your back can make all the difference. Children who see their parents handling stress calmly and supporting each other in tough times learn how to stay grounded and focused when things go wrong. But if they grow up in a home where emotions are ignored or conflicts are avoided, they may struggle to express their feelings or seek support from others when they need it the most. Family teaches us how to handle adversity and come out stronger on the other side.
Exactly, Priya. And it's not just about emotional support, it's also about teaching coping strategies. A family that talks openly about mental health and coping techniques, whether it's meditation, exercise, or simply taking a break, gives their children the tools they need to manage stress. But if a child grows up in an environment where mental health is a taboo topic or emotions are pushed aside, they may struggle to find healthy ways to deal with their feelings. Resilience doesn't just happen. It's built with the right support and guidance from those closest to us.
Exactly. And let's also consider the importance of emotional security in these moments. When a family provides a safe space for open communication, whether it's about fears, insecurities, or failures, the child learns to face challenges with a sense of emotional security. They know they can reach out for support without feeling ashamed or judged. But if a child grows up in an environment where they are told to toughen up or not to show weakness, they may hide their true emotions and avoid seeking help. Family is the place where we learn to build emotional resilience that can carry us through any storm.
So as we wrap up today's conversation, it's clear. Family plays an invisible yet powerful role in shaping who we become. From early childhood influences to emotional intelligence, education, decision-making, and the way we handle relationships and crises, family molds us in ways we might not even realize. We often think of our personal development as an individual journey, but the reality is, the values, support, and lessons we get from our family stay with us for life. Whether it's teaching us resilience in the face of challenges or nurturing our communication skills for future success, family is at the heart of our growth.
Exactly, Ryan. Family doesn't just shape our childhood, it influences every stage of our lives. The support, values, and experiences we get from our family become the foundation for everything we do. While we may face challenges or learn new things on our own, the early lessons taught by our families continue to guide us. So, if you ever feel uncertain about your abilities, remember that the emotional intelligence, resilience, and decision-making skills you need were likely taught to you at home. The family is not just a part of our history. It's the blueprint for our future.